Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So if you watched the previous video, then you know that we are watching here for breakout signals. Yeah, that could be to the downside for a continuation of our yellow scenario, or if we break above resistance, which hasn't happened yet, it would open the door to a test of the 109,400 to 112,400 area. These are basically the two scenarios I'm tracking. Of course, a more directly bullish scenario and complete breakout to the upside is possible, but I would need to see further evidence for that. We have seen after the sell-off early this week, just sideways consolidation in this range between this week's low, which formed around the white line here, where the 55-week exponential moving average is located around $99,000. And around the June low, an obvious structural support, and between 105,000, which is the first resistance, the 50% retracement of this last decline. So we are basically now holding between support and resistance levels. It's a range that I said earlier this week we might spend some time in until the market finally figures out what it wants to do. Because the move to the upside from this week's low, as you will see on the smaller time frame, is not impulsive to the upside. So I haven't got any evidence that something more directly bullish is playing out. The potential is there for sure, but there is no setup for it. And so it's corrective in nature. So we need to see further signals. Market is currently just consolidating. It's basically just range-bound movement. But the Elliott Wave structures allow us to understand what the most probable pathways are. And I'm going to tell you about the two that I'm tracking at the moment primarily. The first one is here the yellow scenario in which we move down in an impulsive structure, could at least get one more low in the yellow scenario in wave 5 of C. This would be the direct pathway lower. It would require, however, a break below this week's low to confirm that further. And then the door to 96 to 94.5K is open. I'm very much cautious and aware of the orange scenario. So I'm cautious about it, very much aware of it. In this orange scenario, which I presented to you in the last update and in our member update today, we're tracking the C wave to decline from this B wave top, but it's an ending diagonal. So wave 1, wave 2, A, B, C in wave 3, then wave 4, then wave 5. This would be a 5-wave move down as well, but could be a bit more extended and lead to a test of the upper resistance area before we see any further downside continuation. Now let's also take a look at the shorter time frame. On this smaller time frame chart, you see the micro patterns that relate to both of these potentials. I can tell you that so far, and that's exactly in line with what I said earlier this week, we might spend some time in this range. We've seen 3 waves up and 3 waves down. That keeps the door open even for a triangle to develop. Yeah, we're caught in sideways ranges here. 3 waves up, 3 waves down leave us without any clues. I mean, I'm watching for clues, right? Sometimes we see, okay, if we see a 5-wave move up, then I have a good idea that we might break out to the upside. If I see 5 waves down, okay, we might break to the downside, but with only 3 waves up, 3 waves down, I can tell you the market hasn't made a decision yet. So it's important to be aware of the relevant levels, but also that the market here is currently indecisive. But you see that if we now break out to the upside, which can happen, we don't need a signal before, but sometimes it comes. But at the moment, it's just 3 waves up, 3 waves down. If we now break out to the upside, it could be our C wave to the upside towards this upper resistance area there. 109,400 to 112,400. And then from there, we could see a decline. We just pivots to watch, just pivots to watch. I will tell you, or I can tell you already that I will remove the yellow directly bearish pathway here from the chart. I will remove that should we break above 105K, because then it's not impulsive to the downside anymore. It will morph into a diagonal structure. So that's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, then check out our X channel as well and our membership for additional updates, news and much more. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.